Hello everybody, the Lawn Gnome is here.
What's the plan, Ruby?
So for the final episode of the Fall/Winter 2018 TV Sweeps, I am going to be focusing on animation. Animation on Netflix, animation on television, if I can find it, or even animation that I find on the internet. Because there is a great deal of amazing animated shows that are family-oriented, that are adult-oriented, that you have just got to check out. So we're going to start off with a show that I never would have anticipated would happen, but it did. And it is the first season of Matt Groening's new world, Disenchantment. So he has given us the present in The Simpsons. He gave us a view of the future with Futurama. Where else could he possibly go? Well, how about go back to the past with a fairy tale-like story? So we are introduced to a princess named Princess Bean who just doesn't want to be a princess. She wants to go out, and she wants to gamble, and she wants to drink, and she wants to just have a good time and live her life. But her father is not too fond of that. Then one day she is united with a outcasted elf named Elfo and her inner demon named Lucy, and the wackiness ensues. I've got to tell you guys, this show was quite entertaining. I really enjoyed it. I love the opening theme song. I love some of the lines on this show. I love the fact that there are amazing voice actors that were even on The Simpsons at some point, and also some of the greatest voice actors of our time in general, like John DiMaggio, Billy West, and of course the legendary Maurice LaMarche. They're all on this show, and I absolutely am loving it. I am so excited to see where this show is going to go in season 2, but if you're a fan of fairy tales and you just want to see Matt Groening's twist, it is so hilarious, and all of these characters are great. I gotta tell you, I have a real soft spot for Lucy, who's the inner demon. He just has some of the best lines in the entire show, and I love how he's claiming to be Bean's friend, but he really has a devious plan somewhere down the line, and I have no idea if he's ever going to actually try and execute that plan, or if he's just going to go along on Bean's and Elfo's adventures, but it has been very fun. I loved Disenchanted, and you have to check it out. The next show that I want to talk about is also on Netflix, and it is the second season of Castlevania, which may finally be a successful video game-based movie/television universe, because video games are always having trouble trying to turn into movies, but did they ever turn a video game into a television show? Well, they did once or twice with shows like Captain N and Super Mario Brothers and even The Legend of Zelda, but those were kids shows. We never really got something that was really for a more adult audience, and Castlevania, the first season, even though it was only 4 episodes, was one of the most dark and grotesque but such richly character-developed stories that I had seen, and I was so excited to see what season 2 was going to be like, and it was not as video game-like or as fast-paced as the first season. It was a very slow burn with so much character development. We were brought into the worlds of both the heroes and the villains, dimensions of Dracula that I never would have anticipated, as well as meeting his whole clan of vampire generals who were basically vampires from all over the world, and then this feminist bitch of a vampire named Carmella, who is just so deliciously evil. I love her character, comes into the fray, and even though she claims that she's on Dracula's side, she has a much more interesting plan. And I was also very surprised with how the season ended, but I'm even more excited because it looks like there's going to be something revolving around Carmella. I want to see more of her. I want to see what her plan is. I want to see if Trevor Belmont and his crew are in fact going to take her on and what she is planning to do with humanity. But Castlevania's second season was well done. I loved it, and the animation and the action sequences are just gorgeous. Real art. You've got to check this out. And if you are a fan of the video games, I really feel that you will appreciate this version based on all of these characters and worlds that you love. The next show that I want to talk about has a little bit of a sad note, and it is the final season of Troll Hunters, which of course was created by Guillermo del Toro. One of the few things that I was really nervous about was after season 2, because unfortunately we lost Anton Yelchin, and Anton Yelchin was the voice of the main character, Jim Lake, the human troll hunter. But they managed to find a great replacement in Emil Hirsch, who played Speed Racer. I was so glad to know that Emil Hirsch was willing to fill those shoes, and even though you can tell the voice is a little bit different, he really does sound like Anton Yelchin when he voiced Jim. And the third season was definitely fantastic. I loved where the climax went, the final battle with Bular. The way the show ended was such a surprise to me, but it was just so amazing to see this whole amazing and original story that is somewhat mature and somewhat family-oriented cartoons from Saturday mornings. It was a perfect meshing, and to see a great show like Troll Hunters come to an end on such a high note was such a treat for me, and I am even more excited because we now have a new show coming out within the world, because apparently this is now a bigger world, because it was now called Troll Hunters Tales of Arcadia. So at the end of this year, I think maybe at the end of December, we're going to be getting 3 Below, which is a very interesting looking story. It's about aliens, and we even got a little bit of a taste of 3 Below close to the end of the 3rd season of Troll Hunters, but it was a great show, guys. Guillermo del Toro gave us a winner, something you've got to check out, and especially for me being a huge fan of Kelsey Grammer and Mark Hamill, to see them both in an animated show together was probably a treat among treats. And the last show that I want to talk about is the 6th season of a little show on the internet from a company named Rooster Teeth, RWBY. Oh my god, this is a godsend. This show is queen. I am blown away by where this little animated show went. A mixture of what I thought was Harry Potter and anime turned into something so much more serious, so much more mature, and we are only 4 episodes into the 6th season, but oh my goodness, to see where Ruby, Vice, Yang, and Blake have gone from episode 1 to season 6, so fantastic. And we just got an episode for the ages where we actually learned about the origins of Salem, this looming threat that these new hunters have to face at some point in time. I have no idea how long this show is going to last. I have no idea what the rest of season 6 is going to be like, but all I know is I have to watch this entire series again. I did watch it again to prepare for season 4, but now I've got to try and watch it all over from 1 to season 6, and I even have to catch up on RWBY Chibi, which is basically these cute little cartoonish adventures of all these characters in the most cutest little chibi forms. You're gonna love it, and if you need your Zwei fix, because I know for a solid fact you're not going to get him right now with where RWBY Volume 6 is going, you can catch him on RWBY Chibi. So, so cute. But this is definitely one of the best shows that I am watching so far this season. Season 6 is incredible. I have to give so much credit to Rooster Teeth for giving us something outside of Red vs. Blue, which of course is a great show, but this one is just definitely their best work. I am loving season 6 so much. I might even consider getting these series on DVD. I really think I should, because they're cheap, and I love this show, and there's so much rewatchability there. But thank you very much, everybody, for sticking around for all 7 episodes of my Fall/Winter 2018 TV sweeps. Please put your comments in the box below if you want to discuss the shows that I mentioned today, or any other animated shows that I might not be watching that you think I should. And I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.